Hi guys, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Pillars of the Earth. We are still trying to talk to the Arl to get a confession. Won't he let me in? Doesn't look like it. Huh. Okay. So how can I get in there?
No need. We said...
Maybe we can use the Bible on him.
The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
Valoran is building a castle. Bishop Henry said a confession of Bartholomew may help us.
Bishop Henry sends me.
The bishop, eh? What does he want?
He wants me to talk to Bartholomew of Shiring.
Bartholomew of Shiring? Ah. It's only Bartholomew now.
Oh, okay. That worked. I always forget
This is
that
fourth
I
day
have these
without bread. Soon he won't even be Bartholomew anymore.
interactions.
Bartholomew. I am Brother Philip.
Could you forgive those that wronged you? I am responsible for your fate. Could you forgive those that wronged you?
Could you forgive those that wronged you?
Only God forgives. A monk should know that.
Your conspiracy, was it really worth dying for? Why did you go against the king?
Why did you go against the king?
Stephen sent you. Why would you side with the usurper?
I was asked to make you confess. If you talk, they might bring you food.
I was asked to make you confess.
Stronger men tried that before you. Why should I confess to you?
I'm responsible for your arrest. Your people found refuge in my priory.
Your people found refuge in my priory. Your confession will help me to give them work and shelter.
I have no sins to confess. My only regret is that I failed.
I will not tell the king that. They will kill you.
They have already done that. Monk, tell them that I confessed.
To what?
All of it. Treason.
But
The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father. Tell Stephen that as well.
you know the scripture.
Richard and Aliena, my children, they must live.
Bartholomew confessed, but asked for clemency for his children.
And a good day to you too, Father.
Okay. So let's keep on going. Talk to the bishops. This is not a happy story. Bartholomew confessed. About Bartholomew's confession. Leave castle and return tomorrow. Provoke Valoran and mention castle. Bartholomew confessed.
He confessed to everything, but he asks for clemency for his children.
Good. I will let my brother know what we have achieved today once he returns from the hunt.
Good, Philip. You did well.
Leave castle and return tomorrow.
Maybe I should come back tomorrow.
Yes, there is not much a monk can do here.
Yes, your bishop and I will do what we can to help your priory.
Mm-hmm.
My loyal subject, Percy Hamley, today becomes the Earl of Sharing. Of the former Earl's possessions, Percy shall have the castle. And all the land that is tenanted to knights, plus all other arable land and low-lying pasture.
I swear by all that is holy to be your liegeman, and to fight for you against any other.
My king.
Ah, yes. Of course, I have not forgotten the worries of my bishops. The Earl of Sharing himself, Percy here, solved this problem for me. Thanks to him, I can uphold my promise. Don't worry, Bishop Waleran. Kingsbridge shall be rebuilt. Percy told me of a man here whom my brother has not yet introduced. Come forward, Prior.
My brother, may I present to you Philip of Gwynedd?
My king.
You seem afraid. What are you worried about?
Worried about Cathedral, worried about Dirty Robe. Not worried, worried about Robert of Gloucester. Worried about the Cathedral.
I'm worried about my priory and the cathedral.
I heard about the fire. How are you managing?
On the day of the fire, God sent us a builder, but we cannot pay him.
Don't worry, you can. Now, about the arrangement between you and Percy Hamley. He insisted that I give the sheep grazings belonging to the former Earl to the Priory of Kingsbridge. The Priory will also have the right to take stone from the Earl's quarry and timber from his forest. I wholeheartedly agree with the plan you two have devised. It shall be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
It seems unnecessarily complicated to give the land to the bishop. Percy told me that you, Father Philip, share that sentiment. He told me it was your idea to take up the burden of managing the rebuilding of the cathedral yourself.
Wonderful.
I'm glad that we all were able to help you, Bishop Waleran, in this pressing matter. After all you've done for me.
Thank you, Lord King.
Bartholomew lost everything in his attempt to end my reign. This morning he was found dead in his cell. I've heard that you, Prior, worry for his children, Richard and Aliena. While they shall lose their status, their name, and their land, they shall go free, wherever they are.
Yeah, nice.
You must be very proud, Lady Hamley.
Of course. Father Philip has been very understanding in all this.
Yes, he is remarkable. Very remarkable.
Yeah, and the bishop wants to kill us.
When we heard about the fire in Kingsbridge, it is a blessing that we can help the Emperor's priory.
You sowed the wind, Philip.
Yeah. I was expecting that. You went to see Bartholomew in his cell. You rode with William to the bishop's palace and uncovered Valoran's secret. Valoran's servant has become suspicious of you. You made a very lucrative pact with the Hamleys. Bishop Valoran believes you betrayed him. Okay, this is not going too well, I suppose. A prior against the bishop, no chance. But we will see.
Is everyone ready?
Yes, everyone will be there.
But how are we to pray and contemplate like this? I don't dare even to send my choir out there.
We shall get used to it, all of us.
We must be thankful for all of this, for each noise, each face that disturbs us here.
We shall start with the chancel, then gradually work our way from east to west. That's the way it's done, the way I was taught to do it.
I value your enthusiasm, my dear Mason, but so far we're only cleaning up. I haven't even considered hiring a master builder yet, neither you nor anyone else.
May I show you some drawings?
By all means.
Floor plan. Section. Elevation.
When we walk around the site, we mark where the walls will be, the pillars, the doors and buttresses. Now for that we need a plan like this, to tell us where to place our pegs and strength.
Is this how birds would see our church?
Exactly. Here you can see the transept.
I noticed, yes. It is remarkable how much you can reveal with so few lines.
Thank you, Father. The chancel will have 4 bays.
What about the nave?
The nave is on the left. It has 6 bays.
I can see the transept is 2 bays wide, so it will be 12 in total. It does look splendid, but isn't that rather small?
Would be smaller, but not less impressive. Can you afford to build it bigger?
Oh, can you afford to build it bigger?
I have trouble affording it at all. The king grants us timber and stone and wool from Shiring's pastures. But only God knows if it will be enough. I don't suppose you have any idea how much this would cost.
3,000 pounds at the least. No more than 3,000 pounds. Optimistic. No more than 3,000 pounds.
I know exactly how much this would cost. It would be no more than £3,000.
I've spent the last few weeks working out the annual income of the Priory. Here's the answer. £300 a year. And we spend every penny. Go on now, show me the rest of your drawing.
If you were facing the cathedral with the front wall torn down, you would see it like this.
Interesting. What's that, coming out from above the entrance?
Tower?
That's the tower, of course.
I thought so, but why is it right above the nave? Shouldn't it be closer to the transept?
Oh, don't be fooled. The tower is, of course, farther back, but one cannot show depth in a drawing.
Ah, of course. How high will it be?
3 halves of the nave. Twice as high as the rest. How high would you like it to be? 3 halves of the nave.
3 halves of the nave.
That sounds reasonably modest. Tell me more about the nave.
The nave will be about 32 feet high and will appear even higher.
Drawing the eye heavenward with its loftiness.
Well said. A chamber worthy of God.
I always wondered how walls this high could hold up so well.
You recognise the aisles?
Of course. I've been in quite a few churches in my time.
Did you know then that their purpose is to support the nave?
Fascinating. I must say, you do know your craft, Master Builder.
The walls of the nave are held by the aisles and buttresses bearing the pressure from the side.
Very interesting. What about the other drawings?
Overview. And now this one is the only one left.
Imagine you're standing in the centre of the nave looking at the wall. This is what you see.
Are those windows?
Right, but that's not all.
Clerestory, the
On
arcade.
the lowest level are the pillars of the arcade. They're joined by arches making up the bays. Through the archways you can see the windows in the aisle.
Okay.
Starting right in the middle is the Tribune Gallery. Shall I go on?
Yes, yes, of course. I was just thinking. Keep going.
On top are the clerestory windows.
I can see you have put a lot of thought into this. I was just wondering, how long would this take to build? You can take your time with that answer.
Um, 8 to 10 years with 60 masons, 5 years with 30 masons. Maybe 15 years with 30 masons, 8 to 10 years with 60 masons.
Well, that depends on how many people you employ. If you can afford 60 masons, you could build the whole church at once instead of working from east to west. That might take 8 years, maybe 10.
I wish my monastic officials had your ability to think ahead and calculate. So, I need to find £200 a year. It doesn't sound so bad when you put it that way. You really want to build this cathedral yourself, don't you?
Yes, Father. I want you to appoint me Master Builder.
Why?
Because I want to fully exercise my skill, because I've seen it done badly, because it gives meaning to a man's life, because it will be beautiful. Because it gives meaning to a man's life.
Because he wants to teach people awe.
Is that so? Then answer me this one last question. If people were to enter your church, what image would they see crowning the tympanum above the entrance? One of Judgment Day to teach people to be good? Or one of paradise to remind them of God's mercy?
Show them hell, so that they're afraid to do bad things.
I'd rather see trees and animals.
I think God's mercy.
It should be the promise of a better life. Therefore, it will show heaven.
Yes.
This is quite exciting, isn't it, brother?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Francis.
I'm just glad that I can be a part of this. In the past year, I was often afraid that my involvement in politics might turn out, well, let's just say that I'm glad that I can still be by your side, Philip. And for that, I thank God, and I thank you too.
Papa, will there be statues inside?
Statues?
Oh. That's enough, children. It's time you went out and played. Prior.
Yes?
My first wife, Agnes. She died without a priest, and she's buried in unconsecrated ground. Sometimes a man builds a chapel, or founds a monastery, in the hope that in the afterlife God will remember his piety. I just wonder, do you think my design might serve to protect Agnes's soul?
God no longer asks for blood sacrifices, for the ultimate sacrifice has already been made. But the lesson of Abraham's story is that God demands the best we have to offer, that which is most precious to us. So you must ask yourself, is this design the best thing you could offer?
Except for my children. Yes.
Then rest easy, Tom Builder. God will accept it.
Yeah, nice. Philip of Gwynedd is a representation of Kingsbridge Priory. Hereby assign Tom Builder, Master Builder, the construction of the Kingsbridge Cathedral. The Priory will provide £200 a year to be used only for materials and craftsmen. The pace of construction shall be adjusted accordingly and adhere to plans approved by the Priory. In exchange for his work, Tom Builder and his family are to receive a private house and the right to attend all common meals. Change with the Priory's the contract is subject to change with the Priory's financials and gives future prospect an additional payment to compensate for the Master Builder's work. Okay. This seems to be a good spot to make a cut. Hope you guys enjoyed. Come back for more and see you soon. Bye.